24-year-old Marte Deborah is a convicted criminal in the United Arab Emirates. She's just been sentenced to 16 months in prison after reporting to police she'd been raped by a colleague in a Dubai hotel during a business trip in March.
When I got to the police station, I told him my story, and then he asked me when I was done, he said, "Did you call the police because you didn't like it?" And I said, of course I didn't like it. But that's also when I understood that they don't believe me.
Dalelv claims to have been held with no charge or contact with the outside world. 4 days later, she found out she was charged with having unlawful sex. Sex outside of marriage is banned in the UAE. On July 16th, she was sentenced to 12 months for that crime, in addition to jail time for alcohol consumption. She says she was advised to say the sex was voluntary in order to get the charges dropped, but when she did, police added a charge of making a false statement. UAE authorities have not responded to CNN's repeated requests for comment. The Norwegian embassy secured her bail. She's been staying at this Norwegian community center in Dubai during the court proceedings, but it hasn't been easy.
The first couple of months it was really, really hard. I tried to just sleep. I just didn't want to be awake. I locked myself in the apartment, closed the windows. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I just wanted to be left alone.
Dalelv had been working in Qatar for almost 2 years as a designer for Al Mana Interiors, owned by a Qatari billionaire and husband of American pop star Janet Jackson. The company fired both Dalelv and her alleged rapist in April, who, according to Dalelv, was also convicted of unlawful sex and alcohol consumption. It's unclear if he's been charged with rape. In a statement emailed to CNN, the company expressed its sympathy towards Dalelv in what it described as a very difficult situation, denying that the alleged rape had anything to do with the termination of her contract. This isn't an isolated incident. Similar cases have been reported over the past few years, and human rights groups have criticized the UAE for its handling of accusations of sexual violence against women, going as far as saying the country condones this. While Dubai boasts an image of a westernized cosmopolitan city with a larger expatriate population than its local one, a strict Islamic law and code of conduct still prevails. Many countries warn their citizens who plan to visit. Dalelv, who has only spoken out publicly since her conviction, says support from Norway and from all over the world has been overwhelming, with tens of thousands joining a Facebook support page and diplomatic efforts by the Norwegian government who've been in contact with the UAE authorities. But for Dalelv, it's hard to be optimistic.
That's the thing, I don't dare to hope for anything, so at least I hope they just reduce my punishment. To be honest, I don't want to go back to jail.
Dalelv will be appealing her sentence on September the 5th. Jumana Karachi, CNN, Dubai, the UAE.